Man, this kind of plays into today's question, but did y'all see them Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl again, back to back? Let's go. If you know anything about me, you know I am an incredibly avid sports ball fan. So, and you know that the Chiefs are my team. So, I'll be watching the World Cup football game coming up here soon. Can you tell I don't watch sports ball? What's up, everybody? It's your boy KLT back for another question of the day. And yeah, no, I'm joking around. Like, I do like the Chiefs, but I don't like watching sports. Like, watching sports has never been my thing. But that brings me to the question of the day today, which is, do you or have you ever played sports? I want to know if you've done it like seriously, like for a team, for school, for a club, something like that. Not just, for fun, like at your local YMCA. And for me, of course, if you know, yes, I played basketball all throughout my youth from, I think, man, I'd have to say from when I was like probably third grade back in elementary school. I used to play basketball all the time. We would go outside. Basketball and tetherball were my stuff, man. That see me at the tetherball pole. But yeah, basketball, I started really young. I played basketball all the time. And then after school, I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club all the time. And I would play basketball there too. And then when they started a team and I was old enough to play on the Boys and Girls Club team, I played for them. And I played all the way through my junior year of high school. And like nowadays, everybody always asks me, why didn't you keep playing? You could have gone pro and you could be, like the next Shaq or whatever. And I always tell people, I was like, that was never a goal of mine. I never went into playing basketball like, I want to go pro. I want to play in the NBA. I want to be famous. That was literally nothing that I had ever thought of. It's nothing that I ever wanted for myself. Basketball was a fun pastime that I had, and I like to play it and hang out with my friends while we played. And practice sucked. I hated having to do all these calisthenics and exercise and stuff to stay on the team, but it was a part of the job, so I did it. But I was never someone that thought. I guess I have to kind of give a little backstory. Growing up as a kid, being a large black child, I was told a lot of things that I have to do in order to be successful as a black child. And one of those things was to hurry up and, get strong and, go pro in a sport. And to me, anything that they told me, you're black, you have to do this, or you're tall, you have to do this, were grounds for me immediately doing the exact opposite. I don't know if it's like, I cut off my nose to spite my face by not playing basketball as seriously as I should have, but it was something like, I had heard it all my life growing up, and, every day, every single day, everywhere I would go, you play basketball, you're going to be a pro, and blah, 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 all this stuff. And it made me more and more bitter and upset about playing basketball. Like, playing basketball was something that I'd like to do. It was fun. It was just something that I wanted to do. It wasn't something that, I needed to be told I'm obligated to do this thing. You have to play basketball because you're a tall black kid and you have to go pro, and that's going to be the thing that makes you worth something. So long, bitter story short, yeah, I played basketball all throughout my youth. Like, it was great, it was fun and everything, but I had never had a plan of being like, I want to be a professional basketball player. That was never something I wanted to do. In fact, growing up, as I had said in a previous video, when I was a kid, I wanted to, make video games, but that turned into me going into IT. And, that's really where my passion for a career was going into IT, like doing work like on computers and servers and networks and stuff like that. That was really fun to me. And I was like, man, this is what's going to be my career. I'm going to do this for a long time. And I did that. And, I did that for quite a while. I did it for different ISPs and stuff like that. And it was great. And It was exactly what I wanted to do, and I had moved up and done all kinds of things in there, but that was the trajectory that I wanted to take my life on. Like playing sports professionally wasn't it, especially because when I was in high school, I got to about my sophomore year and my left knee started really, like it wasn't as good as it had always been. So I had seen a doctor and they were like, "Yeah, you're starting to show the signs of tendonitis really young because you're so tall and you're always jumping up and down on your legs. Like your knee is starting to get a lot of wear and tear. And if you keep playing basketball how you do now and like if you go forward in that, you're probably going to need a cane by the time you're about 30." And so that for me was even more of like a big red flag that I'm like, I do not want to do this for an extended period of time. Like, like I would like to keep my knees, I don't want to be walking around on a cane just to get around. It was crazy. And then I see people like having grown up, I saw, Shaq and then like Yao Ming. Yao Ming was the one that I had saw and really related to where he's like, Yao Ming's body was just so beat up after playing in the NBA that when he retired, he was just like, this is so great and blah, blah, I'm finally done with this. But then the Olympics come around and China forced him to go back out and play again for the Olympics. And I was like, man, that's just so wrong. Like, I know how badly, really tall people's body hurts after like, playing sports like basketball for a long while and stuff like that. I can't even possibly imagine having gone to like a professional level like Yao Ming did and having to play at the intensity that he played at. And then like there's no way. It's crazy. So yeah, so all throughout high school, I played basketball, and I also played baseball too. Baseball was, it was fun for me because it was like the exact opposite of basketball. Like basketball was always moving, always doing something super intense and all that. And then baseball is the laziest sport on planet Earth. Like, man, it's basically just taking a break the game. Like, baseball is playing baseball was fun to me because it was like, it was chill. Like you get to be active and you're just hanging out, chatting in a box, talking to homies, and like somebody will hit the ball every once in a while and they'll run a couple bases and you get hype and then you go back to chilling and drinking some Gatorade. It was pretty nice. But baseball was definitely not something that I thought I was going to do for long term either, because baseball to me, like watching baseball is probably the most boring thing that I can think of in the entire existence of mankind. There's nothing that I can think of that is more boring than watching a baseball game. Like, I've gone to baseball games and that's okay because you're doing stuff with people. You're not really watching the game. Like, everybody's talking and like drinking stuff, eating stuff, you're messing around. Going to a game is different. But like when people sit at home and turn on a baseball game on TV, I don't understand how they function. Playing baseball is super fun. Like I could do that for a while because it's not high stress or really intense. I just don't get watching baseball. I don't know. I can't do it. But yeah, basketball, baseball. I played center. I played first base. I was pitcher sometimes. But that was it. Those are the only sports that I played growing up in school. I never played soccer. I never did anything else. I never wanted to play football. I didn't like contact sports because I can't have someone make contact with me without me wanting to like fight them. So like every time I would like even pretend to play football, or like we would play football on this hill that was back out by the apartments by our house. If somebody tried to tackle me, I would just get mad. So that wasn't a good look. I couldn't play football. But that's it for today. If you've ever played a sport before growing up, or if you're playing a sport now, hit the like button and let me know what sport it is that you played or that you are playing, and how long you've been doing it. If you didn't play sports growing up or now, hit the like button to let me know that your body is your temple and you put its safety and health above anything else in the rest of you. I don't know. Just hit the like button, all right? Give me some likes. Tell me that you're watching the video. But that's it for today. I will talk with you all tomorrow for the next question of the day. Until then, peace.